Et bonjour vous autres, c'est moi, Etienne. Some of you know me as the guy who brings you songs like Je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va, nous allons, vous allez, ils vont, elles vont. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what I do, I literally fly all over the world doing concerts in theaters and arenas, celebrating French with you from district to district. And I'm here right now to talk to you about MANIE Musicale. MANIE Musicale. Let's talk about what it is and what it is not. What it is not, first of all, is breaking news. We interrupt this regularly scheduled French program to bring you MANIE Musicale. What MANIE Musicale is, however, is an opportunity for you to meet more of your curriculum expectations and take your students farther down the road to French proficiency while doing it with thousands of other teachers and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of other students across the world. That whole thing about we are family. Oui, on est famille, n'est-ce pas? Oui, c'est ça. And MANIE Musicale brings you 16 awesome songs each year for your students to choose from. But it's not just about playing a song in class or dropping a little vote. So you're asking, well, what can I do with these songs? So much. It is absolutely incredible. So that is why I created for you this free download called How to Make the Most Out of Your MANIE Musicale Experience. Swipe the QR code or download the link that's with this video and grab your free version. So do you have your download? Do you have this 51-page guide? Do you have it now? What this package does is it uses the MANIE Musicale hype song La Manie 2, 3, 7 from DJ DELF as a guide to go through all the activities, all the skits with interchangeable vocabulary, the stories, even the language convention part. So let's open it up and let's see what's in here. First of all, check out the cover. Right here, it clearly states that we're going to break this down with really easy instructions. You're going to have stories to work with, authentic activities. There is an awesome sketch here with MBAPPÉ and WEMBY. Your students are absolutely going to love to work with. We got interactive videos on top of the actual music video itself. Plus, your students will be hearing different voices, and then they will also be working on a little bit of language convention along the way as well. That's right. Grammar, but used in context, baby. Yeah, c'est ça là. Plus some interactive games that are there that you can use with your entire class. And of course, all the tools, the assessment and evaluation tools are included. All right, so let's move from the cover. Let's go right on to page 1. Page 1, where you have this introduction letter from me. Bonjour, c'est moi, Etienne, encouraging you to check out all the possibilities that you can do when using songs with MANIE Musicale. Page number 2, got a picture of the man himself, DJ DELF, and it tells you everything that's in this free 51-page package. You got the prep tools for you, the assessment and evaluations, the experiential exploration questions. There's a letter from me about how to use music in the classroom, at least tips on how I do it when I'm teaching. And then song lyrics, of course. There's the song survey that you can use with all your MANIE Musicale songs. There's word cards, flashcards, interactive word searches, bingos, YouTube links to the bios, because doing a biography, c'est très important là, when we're analyzing these artists, right? And there's the skit. Remember the skit I told you with MBAPPÉ and WEMBY himself, right? Wembanyama. Just so much more. And then the Chasse, trésor linguistique, that language convention part. Okay, let's dive in. If you want to get super organized, the very first part here is actually a teacher planning tool where you can go through the kit and you can decide which one of the activities do you want to do with your students. Remember, these are templates essentially for all your MANIE Musicale songs. We are going to use the song MANIE 2, 3, 7. La Manie 2, 3, 7 as our example song. It's not only important for us to stay on track, but it's also important for our students to say, Stay sur la route. Ouais, c'est ça. So here's a little handout called Sur ma route. And here your students can actually organize all the way down their journey with this song that you are going to be working on. And of course, provide you with an example of what it might look like after the students are done everything. For those of you who teach higher level grades, there's an awesome activity called Cher Ami ou Chère Amie, where their students can actually write all about their experience with your MANIE musicale song that you are working on. And just so that you're aware, all the assessment tools, the student learning trackers, everything is in there as well, front loaded. So suggestion number 1 right now is to actually start talking to your students about the particular song that you're using, in this case, MANIE 237. And this is an excellent experiential exploration question section here, where there's 20 questions where you can get your students working on whiteboards or white books or up and around the classroom, or think pair sharing about these questions related specifically to the song that you're working on. Then next, you'll find my letter to you. Now, a lot of you might think that when I'm with my students, I'm singing in front of them, just like I am when I'm doing these sold out concerts, right? No, I do not sing in front of my students, but there's a lot of things that I do that actually gets my students singing quite loudly in the classroom, and my tips are all in here. Now, here's that survey tracker that we're going to use for the song MANIE 237 that you can use with all your MANIE musicale songs for the rest of your career. And every time your students listen to a song, they fill out this survey, and then you can have amazing conversations afterwards. When it comes to showing the music video, another tool that we popped in here is this perfect voir, penser et se demander graphic organizing tool, where your students could track their thoughts, questions that they may have, and you can have really great discussions about the music video itself. And of course, the link right to the music video. This is the brand new video by DJ DELF, but also a lyric video version as well if you want to just go with lyric versions. So not only do you have, of course, the lyrics to analyze as well, but you have the listening activity type of a word search activities that you would expect. Now, you know that the committee that chooses the songs for MANIE musicale works very hard to choose creative songs that are contagious and even have dance. So sure, there's the lyrics, sure, there's listening activities, but maybe you're thinking, okay, we could do that with any song at any time. What is so important about using the MANIE musicale songs? Well, let me tell you, it's because you can go even further. And with this little package here, this free package download that you're holding there in your hands, or you have up on your screen, perhaps this PDF download that you have, it has a lot of action-oriented things where you can get your students up and moving and doing things, not just the dances to the songs, even working with the vocabulary. Let me show you what I mean. Look at here, right in the package, it has absolute cutouts of keywords from the songs. There you can see MBAPPÉ, right, and WEMBY. Okay, those will be some of the favorite ones. And you cut out these words from the songs, you distribute them to the different members of your class, and then as the song is playing, they have to come up in front of the class and they have to put the words together and reassemble the song as the song is playing and as they're starting to sing along to the song and diving into it. And when they're diving into these songs, they're practicing their French. They're listening to French, they're speaking French, and now they're actively reading French as they're working with it as well. For those of you who like to work with flashcards as well, this little package has all the flashcards you need for your A1 level students, and then of course your A2 to B2 level students. So your level 1 through 4, depending on where your students are at on that road to French proficiency, right? Now, here's where we're going to get super interactive and have some fun with the vocabulary. We're going to take this really common word search, just a simple word search, and we're going to turn it into a full class game tournament. And all the instructions are there for you to play this game right here and get your students up using the vocabulary, making sentences with the specific vocabulary from the song that you're working on. And yes, of course, don't worry. The little kid here has all the answers to all the activities and things that you're doing. Now, of course, As your students get into these MANIE musicale songs, they're going to want to learn a little bit more about the artists, aren't they? So make sure that you spend some time for your students to dive into la biographie of each one of these artists or groups. And so for this one, for DJ DELF and his MANIE 237 song, there's an absolute full biography there for you, but it's also on video on YouTube, completely free everything's free with this kit. And so your students can actually watch the biography and listen to another French voice, not just yours, because we're trying to bring more French voices into the classroom, right? That's what we're trying to do. And that's what MANIE Musicale does, brings you many more French voices each year in the months of February and March, and then the rest of the months as you continue to sprinkle and use them, right? Okay. So let's take a look. This is the actual biography that is there. You learn all about the artist and your students can dive into it. But not just to read for reading's sake. Let's get the students exploring it using for reading comprehension and deeper conversations. So you'll see in this little package, you're going to have fill in the blank activities, multiple choice activities, short answer activities, all about la bio de DJ DELF, right? And we're using la biographie like it was a story or something like that. And so your students have to like tier the different answers as they're reading through it. In fact, speaking of stories, the lyrics themselves to your MANIE musicale songs can be perfect. Here, as we take the MANIE 237 song and we change it into an histoire, we can do the exact same thing and provide our students with fill in the blank activities, multiple choice reading activities, short answer activities. And yes, of course, like I said, all the answers are there so that you don't have to go and worry about trying to find all the answers. But that is not all that's included in this free little package for you to get you ready for MANIE Musicale. There's also this interactive bingo game that is all set with these 3 bingo scripts already prepared for you. And of course, the student's activity tool for the bingo. Now, this is my favorite part. Let's get your students actually speaking spontaneous French, practicing with a skit with interchangeable vocabulary, but we're going to boost it up with a little bit of, social media power, a little influencer power, because this skit involves MBAPPÉ and WEMBY. So you're involving a famous soccer star from France and a famous basketball star from France. And then the students work through the actual sketch and they can interchange the vocabulary as the lines go. And each time they do it, it's a fresh sketch. It's fantastic. So definitely check that out in your free package you have. Another way to get students writing is to use lists in the classroom. We all know that. So in this little package here that's free for you to download, you have this great little list activity that involves the vocab and expressions from the MANIE 237 song. And I mean, just check out the lyrics to this song. La manie, c'est la vie, toutes les danses en harmonie. I mean, that literally is what MANIE Musicale is. It is toutes les danses en harmonie. It's les chansons en harmonie to encourage our students to push further into French, to encourage them to explore more of the French culture, because these songs come from all over the world. These artists are from diverse backgrounds. DJ DELF himself is a sino-métis, which is really, really cool. So Chinese and Métis mix, right? And so that diverse inclusivity is just another additional bonus to doing MANIE Musicale in your classroom. But when you go through the different lyrics of this particular song, it talks about the contagious nature of MANIE Musicale itself. So definitely use this song as a great starter for MANIE Musicale, because then you can plunge into it afterwards. Now, I know some of you are going, yeah, but I have some language convention things that I want to get done in this school year, and I don't have time to stop and do a bunch of cutesy little songs, or I'm a serious grammar teacher here. Okay, so if you're into language convention, you'll be very, very happy with this free downloadable kit here. So in it, it's got a Chasse au trésor linguistique. You're going to love this. Your students are going to explore not only the song, but they can also explore la biographie as well. what they will do is they will have this reinforcement about how all sentences have subjects and verbs, and there's all these additional things like adjectives and conjunctions and stuff like that, with this one sheet wonder that explains everything. Then they dive into the song and they search for the verbs, they search for the nouns with this awesome activity tool for your students. And of course, the answers are there, and you can see you could do this activity with la biographie, and you can also do it with the song itself. Les paroles de la chanson MANIE 2, 3, 7. So that's it. I hope that this helps you and encourages you to definitely dive into MANIE musicale.
2, 3, 7. La manie 2, 3, 7. La manie, c'est la vie. Tous les temps en harmonie. La manie, ça suffit. Il est temps de perdre du poids.